Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and today we're going to be playing around with a subscriber deck submitted to us by C. Mires, longtime viewer of the channel and overall degenerate, and he's brought a degenerate deck with him, which is no surprise to me. So, if you would like to have your deck submitted for a future subscriber deck series on the channel, then make sure to go into the description of this video where I'll have a link to my Discord. If you are a Twitch subscriber or a patron, you'll have access to the subscriber decks channel. Otherwise, there'll be community deck lists there, and you can submit whatever deck you would like me to play into either one of those channels. If you're the subscriber, preferably the subscriber channel. And I'll try to get to your decks as soon as I can possibly do it. But without further ado, let's get to the deck tech portion. We're going to be playing around with a Primal Amulet list this time around, a very popular card on this channel. I do love this card. It's been a while since I've played it though, so this will be my first dive back into it. Primal Amulet is a 4-mana artifact that says instants and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you put a charge counter on Primal Amulet, and then if there are 4 or more charge counters on it, you may remove those counters and transform the amulet into Primal Wellspring. Primal Wellspring being a land that adds 1 mana of any one color, and if you use this mana to cast an instant or sorcery, that spell is copied. So with this particular deck, we've got lots of things we want to be doing with our copies, one of them being Mastermind's Acquisition to go find things in the sideboard. We've got win cons like Banefire and Expansion Explosion, and things that make us not lose the game like Sanguine Sacrament and Unmoored Ego. Things of that nature. We can really choose how we want to win with Mastermind's Acquisition. We can also do Mythos of Illuna as well. A 4-mana sorcery, kind of the namesake card of the deck. Allows you to essentially make copies of any permanent on the battlefield. So if we flip our Primal Wellspring, we can use the Primal Wellspring mana with Mythos of Illuna to make copies of Primal Wellspring. So the turn after that, we should have 3 Primal Wellsprings, so we can quadruple our spells at that point, which is pretty funny. But yeah, we can win in so many different ways. The main deck way of winning is to mill our opponent with Unmoored Ego, just name their entire deck through several different copies, going into our sideboard for cards like Recollect to return cards from our graveyard to our hand. So we can play Recollect with copies, so we get 1 copy that grabs a Recollect and 1 copy that grabs the card we want, and then we just cycle from there on. We've got Timely Reinforcements to not lose the game, lots of board wipes. Bond of Insights also allow you to get back your Unmoored Egos and your Recollects and your Mythos of Illunas, and a bit of card draw, removal in Scorching, Dragonfire and Fire Prophecy, board wipes as we mentioned, and that's essentially the deck. It's 4 colors, it's nonsense. This should be a lot of fun, hopefully anyway. I've been told that Simera's got to platinum with this deck, so we'll have to see. It doesn't look like it can, but I'm gonna trust the words of this man who does nothing but torment me on a daily basis. So, you know, without further ado, if you do enjoy the content, make sure to like and subscribe. And without that, let's get into the games. This video is brought to you by the generous support of our wonderful patrons and channel members that you see here. If you'd like to support the channel and get access to cool content like sneak peeks, bonus videos, polls on future content, or access to a personal deck critique from myself every month, then hit the join button down below, or check out the Patreon link in the description. With all that said, let's get into the gameplay. Okay, we're in, and we don't have our Wellspring, which is usually a warning sign, but we do have Revitalize and Opt to go dig for it, and Timely Reinforcements to live a little longer. I'm going to take my shot with this one, but usually you want to... better lucky than good. Usually you want to actually try and dig for your Primal Amulet at least a little bit, but I was just feeling lucky, and lucky... turns out I am. Our opponent's playing Gates, so we can name a fair few things with Unmoored Ego and be pretty happy with it. I'm just going to lead it with Isolated Chapel, and we're probably not going to do anything here because we want to get the amulet down first so we can use all of our instants in hand to essentially win the game. Going to go with the Guild Summit so they can start drawing cards off of their gates, and then passes the turn. So is there something I can name with Unmod Ego? Because I think I do want to go for the Unmod Ego here. We could go after, like, Gatebreaker Rams and the Colossus. Those are kind of, like, the immediate ones I'm thinking of. It could be Field of the Dead as well, as a possibility. Maybe we should go for Field of the Dead. I'm really not sure, to be honest. There's so many variations of gates. Well, we get to look at our opponent's deck, and I think I'm going to go for Field of the Dead. They got 1,000 Year Storm in there. Okay, this is a 1,000 Year Storm variant with Expansion Explosion as their win con. So Expansion Explosion is what I should have named. And they've even got Heroic Reinforcements to make 1,000,000 tokens as well. Okay. You got me, opponent. Expansion Explosion and Heroic Reinforcements are the names. They've got a negate here, which is really irritating. Means I can't play my Primal Amulet. So we're just going to go Dragon Skull Summit and pass the turn. Yeah, this is definitely not a popular variation of the deck, for sure. But they might actually go with 1,000 Year Storm next turn. And in which case we're actually able to play our Primal Amulet ourselves. But it looks like they probably want to go with 1,000 Year Storm plus Negate, which is definitely the correct play. I don't know how we beat our opponent holding up a counterspell at all times. Sulphur Falls to the bottom. Fire Prophecy is a dead card. It's used to get rid of dead cards, but, you know, here we are. Yeah, I just don't know what we could really do here. Puts an island into play. And passes the turn. Okay, well, we've got a Bond of Insight. So we can get our Unmod Ego this way. This should get out the negate. And if it doesn't, then the Unmod Ego we're going to grab will. This is going to be a very tough matchup. But if we lose, and this is the real silver lining of this, if we lose, we're going to lose in a really awesome way. Alright, our opponent does play the negate. So we got that out of our opponent's hand. I didn't check how many negates they had. With my terrible memory, I'm not remembering all that many. Here comes 1,000 Year Storm. So we're going to go with... Might as well shock ourselves. I don't think it really makes a difference. We're going to lose or we're not. I really want to actually, you know, play 2 white spells here, but the auto-tapper decided that's not worthwhile. They wanted to hold up on these dead cards. That's fine, that's fair. Mastermind's Acquisition, eh? Okay. So let's see if our opponent can win. Circuitous Route as their first spell. You can grab 2 gates and draw 2 cards. There is an Unmod Ego in our sideboard, so we can go grab that and name Expansion Explosion. That's going to make it quite difficult for our opponent to win, but not impossible, because they still have the Heroic Reinforcements to chain into as a one-of. So let's try and go for that. Outside the game, please. Wonder if there's something that we can grab here that's... Ooh, Recollect would be 2 mana. We don't have the green, though. We need to flip Primal Amulet for that. I was going to say, if we did Recollect, we could get Unmod Ego. Unmod Ego would flip the the amulet. Let's go timely. Get it to 3rd chapter. We could always wait and force the Unmoored Ego through with a flipped Primal Amulet. But that means that we have to wait this turn and we could lose this turn. It's certainly possible. Do we take that chance? We're not doing anything otherwise. That's the annoying part. We could name both of their win cons in one fell swoop. I think we take the chance. I don't know if it's a good idea, but if they can't win the game here, they're going to lose the game. So I think that's what we're going with. So how many spells can they chain together? And is it worth 27 points of damage? Huge risk we're taking here. Gates Ablaze, the first free spell. Yep. So nothing off of that. Everything else now will have additional copies. So they want to get out those dead cards first so they can use them to chain their combo together. Shock me for 4. Yeah, down to 23. And this might be just a really big... heroic reinforcements, okay. With expansion, oh, we're dead. They had all of it. So I was going to name expansion, but it looks like heroic reinforcements was just going to get them there anyway. So, you know, lose in spectacular fashion as predicted. Opponent just didn't need to find anything. Yeah, this is an old variation of a deck. Good game. Ouch. Oof. Eek. Ah. Alrighty then, we're in, and this is a very painful hand. On the draw, turn 2 Remorse, gonna cost us 3 life. I just hate the mana base. The mana base really upsets me. I'm gonna hit the mull on that one. And this one's much better. It's also got Primal Amulet in it as well, which you can be happy for. Don't know if the Unmoored Ego is gonna be good here, so we'll throw it away. And hope that it'll be good later. Fabled Passage. Forest and another amulet. Could be good, could be bad. I mean, usually you want all the spells in your hand so that you can flip the amulet as soon as possible. I'm gonna keep going tap land, because I think next turn I'm gonna have to go Blood Crypt, be lower life than my opponent, and then timely reinforcements. Veto. It's a pretty good combo with Chevel. Chevel gains you 3 life whenever the creature with the bounty counter that he uses hits you. We're actually going to be on 17. So timely's not that great. Huh. Fine. Well, I will keep waiting then. Currently in no rush against our Sultai opponent. You don't want to see things like Ura, though. Ura's not something I want to contend with right now. So gains 3, deals 3. Yeah, we don't want to see the likes of Casualties of War and things of that nature as well. All the tap lands. Alright, so we're going to go Primal Amulet. Give cost reduction to the cards in our hand. I might be tempted to go Amulet Revitalize if we draw an untapped land, otherwise it's almost certainly going to have to be Timely Reinforcements. Let's see if we die. Could very well just lose here. Stitcher's Supplier's not going to make us lose just yet. Although that does mean Uro. Jade Light Ranger, sure. And Uro on top. Fire Prophecy. So I think I just have to shatter here. We're at 10. I suppose I could wait until they escape an Uro. They kept one on top as well, though. So currently that's 3 damage, taking us down to 7. Yeah, maybe I can gain enough life to not mind a little bit of damage. We'll go Revitalize. I think we're abandoning this other Primal Amulet. And we'll use Fire Prophecy at some point. So our opponent forced to put a counter on one of our tokens. It's going to make their removal bitterly disappointing. Alright, I am going to Fire Prophecy the Veto. And we'll put this Primal Amulet to the bottom. So we can flip our current one. I think that's more important. Wild Growth Walker. We have built up a board state. Let's see. Do we chump for damage and go for the Shatter the Sky? Or should we just chump a little bit of damage? I think we'll chump a little bit of damage. Fire Prophecy. That's probably what we want to play now. So we can Prophecy, flip the Amulet, kill Shevel, I guess, so I can block with this token without feeling bad. Keep these cards. And we could empty our opponent's hand here. I'm into that idea. So let's exile their entire hand. So Silver Smoke Ghoul gets exiled. Oh, we can also exile from their graveyard as well. That is a good point. But there's double Uro, so it really doesn't make a difference. Just get rid of those. And then pass the turn. Plan on blocking Jade Light Ranger and Wild Growth Walker. And then shattering when they escape with Uro, I think. Well, for now I'm going to block like that. I'll take the 2 all day. I really need to force them to escape. Which it looks like they're going for now. Yep. So that even gets rid of the Uro in their graveyard. And put land into play, sure. Really would hate for them to have an Agonizing Remorse here, but they don't. We actually have a really good Shatter the Sky now. So I'm going to anticipate first. See if we get maybe a Settle the Wreckage, which would be better. I'm going to take it, but not because I think I can use it. I can actually use it to... Ooh, Mastermind's Acquisition. That's probably exactly what I want. I can use it to exile Uro out of the graveyard. See if we can get 1 point of damage in, because we're wiping this board. Maybe they'll be afraid of a Death Touch trigger. Haha, got him. Free damage. Alright, draw a card. Do your thing, opponent. 11 cards, so they can get Uro again. We can Masterminds for an answer to it, though, I think. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to Uro again. What 3-mana answer to Uro do we have? Should really have the deck list up on my side so I can see my sideboard at all times, because I'm not familiar with it. I guess we could go for timely reinforcements with Mastermind's acquisition. Plays another Uro, keeps the correct Uro. Huh, we just get our timely reinforcements. Okay. I think I'm going to the sideboard double time with Mastermind's acquisition. Alright. Exile a creature with 3 or greater mana cost. That's an Uro kill. Now I think we go for a Recollect with the other one. That way we can basically just use our entire graveyard. So let's exile Uro. Yeah, I think we might have this one locked now. Path of Discovery. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, it explores. There's a 7/7. And they draw a land. Alright, so we are going to Recollect, doubled, and get wrecked opponent. Alright, we were going to grab Epic Downfall. And to be honest, I don't really know. Probably the Agonizing Remorse and just eat the Uro out of the yard, but I could also see Anticipate as well being a good call. Or even Mastermind's acquisition, actually, to get the second Recollect, so that the copied Recollect can grab a Recollect. And we can loop our graveyard through then. That's probably the correct play, actually. It's just these two cards right here. And yeah, good stuff. Alright, we got double Triome, which does allow the Dragon Skull Summit to come into play untapped. So I think this is a keepable hand. I'm not sold on the Unmoored Ego in here, to be honest. Yeah, we're going to take it, but this card should probably be one of the sideboard options, honestly. Alright, mono red, and we got our Primal Amulet. We're very lucky at drawing it. I'm going to put it out there. We're very good at this game. So timely reinforcements is going to be absolutely insane. Should definitely buy us enough time to actually get to Primal Amulet. I think we're going to kill the Firebrand on their combat step with Fire Prophecy. And we'll get rid of the Unmoored Ego. This card never names anything that wins us the game. So let's just get it out of here. I mean, when it names everything to win us the game, then maybe. Oh, it's goblins. Actual goblins. Goblin tribal, eh? Alright, well, let's get that combat step out. Still gonna put Unmoored Ego to the bottom. Shatter the Sky, though. Very solid. And this is going to be a Triome turn. So next turn we can go with the Primal Amulet, and we've got Shatter the Sky open, Timely Reinforcements open. I think we've got this one in the bag at this point. Goblin War Chief, alright. That is a haster. It's possible that we should hold open or use Fire Prophecy this turn to get rid of it. So I don't really want our opponent's entire board state being cost reduced and hasting. Yeah, it's probably best. The greed in me wants to throw it away, but... Is it Mastermind's acquisition here? I feel like we can survive long enough. And we want cheaper spells for the Primal Amulet. Okay, well, tap land, say go. Primal Amulet next turn. Again, we want to get rid of the War Chief because I don't really want to be having to deal with our opponent's board state next turn. We'd have been facing down 8 damage here, so I'd have been forced to go for the Shatter the Sky at this point. Instead, I think I've got enough time to actually go for the Primal Amulet without fear of death. We don't want to see Crater Maker from our opponent because that does get to destroy colorless permanents. It's probably in here knowing that Ugin is part of the format now. Goblin Matron can go and find it. Gets Ringleader instead to keep rebuilding. That's also fair. Okay, settle the wreckage. Pretty solid. I think we go with timely reinforcements first. And then settle our opponent. So let's get that primal amulet ticking. If we can live just off of the timely reinforcements alone, then we can afford to go with the chemisters instead, which is ideal. The longer you can wait on your board wipes without dying, the better. Our opponent might play some 1-drops into the board here, so we can get that extra value. Nice. Is it? You tell me. Yeah, I'm settling you. You might explode off of this, to be honest. So they can crack their Ember Hauler to deal 2 damage wherever they want. Maybe the tokens. Maybe our life total. We'll have to see. I mean, alternatively, you can choose to sack with Prospector, but every time you do that, you're going to lose a land from the settle. So the settle becomes better and better as our opponent makes more decisions. That's an oof. I would definitely not agree with that one. But they do get a Goblin Ringleader, which is good at rebuilding. Really? Two land drops isn't as good as killing a 1/1. Fascinating. Alright, well, if you believe that to be the case, who am I to stop you? Chemisters. Ooh, we got the Mythos. Alright. I'm gonna flip Primal Amulet now, because I'm a little afraid of Crater Maker. And we will get rid of, I think, Primal Amulet, since we got the Mythos of Illuna to copy the Wellspring anyway. Could eat our opponent's hand. They're gonna scoop, and I don't want them to, but... I mean... yeah, just take care of their card advantage. And then kill their Incinerator. Pass the turn. We're only here for blockers. I want our opponent to go wider than us, so I can get more tokens. It's not going to happen, though. Alright, so Mythos of Illuna is going to copy Primal Wellspring. And the copy of Mythos is going to copy Primal Wellspring. And that will absolutely win us the game. Opponent's chance of winning is probably 5%. Honestly, don't know what they could do here that changes this. Timely reinforcements. I suppose I could swing for 2 and make them block. It doesn't really make any difference, to be honest. It's the life gain here that really matters. But it would gain us a token, I suppose. So, gain 12 life. Force them to cycle that or lose it. And I'll take whatever they cycle into. You cycle into an Ember Hauler. It's dead now. Alright, pass the turn. Oh, opponent, please play this out. I want you to. That kills a non-basic land. Okay, they get to kill one of my Wellsprings. I'm still tripling up all my spells, so... still not the worst. We'll block, because we'll shatter. And draw nothing. Do we shatter here? I can't die next turn. Okay, Icon. Maybe digging for another Ruin Blaster. War Chief. Alright, that's extra value. They probably don't want to commit into another board wipe, though. Alright, we're at 9. Scorching Dragonfire. You know, that's not too bad. Actually, we'll do it on our opponent's turn. There's really no reason to do it now. So they can give cost reduction to the War Chief. And then, in response to them doing anything else... we'll keep going, I suppose. It's only a 1-1. Or a 2-2. They get to pick whatever they want. Can do a 3-drop or less. Could go grab another Ruin Blaster. I imagine they haven't got more than one of these. It's a Ringleader. Okay. Well. Scorching Dragonfire. Kill War Chief. Take the haste off of the Matron. Kill the Ruin Blaster. And the Instigator. Take 2. Alright. Come on, card draw spell. Triome. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Please don't fail me now. Fire Prophecy. Okay. Can wipe the board again. I wonder if we actually dump the Fire Prophecies. Alright. So we could go looting here. But because our opponent, I think, is holding on to the ringleaders until post-combat, we probably just want to shatter the sky. Because they've got to do a follow-up here. Some sort of follow-up that actually threatens us. Come on, I can't draw this badly. Bond of Insight. Alright, that will win us the game. We'll use one of the Wellsprings to mill for 8 and get 4 cards. Now you can't win. Alright, I will take Scorching Dragonfire and Timely Reinforcements. I will take Mythos of Illuna and Settle the Wreckage. Alright, can I do Mythos? I absolutely can. And I will. Mythos on the Wellspring. Make enough copies so we can do many Timely Reinforcements. Yeah, let's do all the Timely Reinforcements. Do them all. So we get 3 tokens. And I think 18 life. Yeah, 18 life. Cool. Now we've rebuilt our board state. Brash Taunter. When we're on 25, it's a thing. Question is, are we back on chump blocking, or do we just use these tokens for when we don't have removal? That's the tough question. Does this Taunter do anything? Or is it just here to hate on big creatures? Because another Timely is good if we get rid of our tokens here. I think we might as well. I think we've got basically 3 board wipes in hand. It's hard to see how we can fail from there, to be honest, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. Primal Amulet. Yeah, I think we're just going to go for a Settle the Wreckage. We might be milling them out at this rate. Ringleader is very helpful at doing that. So you got to keep in mind as well that these only work when you use the mana to cast them. So we've given cost reduction to the Dragonfire, which means we can only currently do 2 copies of it. Opponent only going to get in with those. So I think just 2 copies is fine. Get rid of War Chief. Put a counter on the Amulet. Yeah, you can fight a War Chief if you like with your Taunter. Sure. 3 damage. Ouch. And we'll get rid of Ringleader as well, I guess. It's max damage. Alright. The rest is fine. We're still at 20. Thanks for playing this out, opponent. I'm sure you realize that you can't win this game. Especially now. So I appreciate you allowing us to showcase what the deck can do when your opponent stands 0% chance of winning the game. Oops, indeed. Is there a... Sorry. Yeah, there is a sorry. Sorry! Oh, dear. Alright, opponent, what's next? Get in for 2. I'll allow it. No problems here. 3 mana for a Skirk Prospector. Sure. Wouldn't mind getting rid of this Icon of Ancestry. Let's play that tapped, pass the turn. Just make their creatures extra pathetic. Gonna fight my 1/1. Sure. They now have more creatures than I do. Which means if we get timely reinforcements, we can do some stuff. Look at the top 3, grab a creature. It's gonna be a War Chief. Sure. See how they want to swing. They know about Settle the Wreckage, so... I mean... Yeah, just allow it again. They're basically holding open the ability to fight with Brash Taunter, which is surprisingly effective. Come on, good card. Agonizing Remorse. That's fine. Take 2 of their best cards out of their hand. Cycle the Incinerator. Okay. Ah, that's why they're using it. So they can cycle and target their own Taunter so that the Gem Palm can get around it being terrible at only hitting creatures. That's cute. Alright, I will get rid of your War Chief. And one of your Firebrands. And I think I will pass the turn. Fights one of my tokens. And hits me for 1. Down to 7. I just need a Masterminds acquisition and I win this game. Masterminds acquisition, Chemisters would probably do it as well. Anticipate would probably do it. This turn I think I am going to block and settle. So let's block. I'm going to Settle the Wreckage. Yep, sure. Settle you. Flip the Amulet. So we got a reasonable chance at finding some good cards. Even a Revitalize is very good. I'm going to fight the Matron to hit me for 2. Down to 5. Definitely transforming that. I think it's safe to say they don't have a crater maker. 15 cards left and they haven't searched one up. Come on, good cards. There we go, revitalize. Alright, so we are going to gain lots and lots of life, draw lots and lots of cards. Dig our way right back out of this slump we found ourselves in. Another revitalize, solid. I think we'll do it again. Make sure the Brash Taunter can't win the game. Ooh, another revitalize. Unmoored Ego. I think I might take their Goblin Instigators. And then with our other Unmoored Ego, we'll name something we think that we don't want them to have. What am I looking for? Instigator. So we don't want them to have Gem Palm Incinerator. Oh no, this is their graveyard. Doesn't matter. Yeah, they've just got a Gem Palm in there that really matters. So we'll take all of them. We'll name Gem Palm with the last one. Gem Palm Incinerator. That one from the graveyard. That one from the graveyard. Opponent drew it. So they've got a Matron, a Firebrand, Prospector, and a Taunter, and that's it. Okay. I think I'll just opt. See if we can find a good card. Chemisters, we'll save that. And yeah, I'll get in for one. Cool. 16 cards left in our deck, though. Gotta be careful with what we do with this Chemisters Insight. Alright. Pretty much their entire deck is out in play right now. Grabs the Brash Taunter. I think that was one of 2 cards left in their deck that mattered. See if they swing. They do. I think I'm just going to Chemisters as it is, because there's a pretty damn good chance that I find what I need anyway. Anticipate. That will almost certainly find what I need. So I'll Revitalize and undo that damage. We're going to shatter the sky, leave them with nothing. They won't be able to fight with Brash Taunters. I guess they could fight each other. Here's a thing, I suppose. We'll just shatter now. Kill. Kill the board. Fight away, my brothers. Fight away. Alright. It's interesting that they had one Ruin Blaster in their deck to take care of non-lands, but they didn't think to get rid of or pick a Crater Maker. They're gonna pump the boys. Sure. Didn't think to get Crater Maker to deal with colorless permanents like Ugin. There's Mastermind's Acquisition. Shouldn't need more than one card in there. So we could go a number of different ways with Mastermind's Acquisition. And we will. We will go as many number of different ways as we can. Masterminds to the sideboard, please. Let's get 5 cards out of our sideboard. One of them is going to be Sanguine Sacrament, so that we can't mill ourselves. The other one's going to be Overflowing Insight, so we can mill them. Then we're going to get Unmoored Ego, so we can exile them. Then we're going to get Settle the Wreckage. So I don't have to worry about them attacking. Then I'm gonna get Mass Manipulation so I can own the Brash Taunters. That seems good. Unmoored Ego you. Name Mountain. 3 mountains from your graveyard. 1 in your library. There's 1 in their hand as well. Cool. Alright. And then X1 Sanguine Sacrament. Put that at the bottom of our deck. Mountain. How many cards they got left? 7. Can hit us for 6 here. Oh no, 8. Oof. Or are they going to fight each other? Yeah. Oh, that's the stuff. Yeah. I want to do that. My turn. Let me do that. Okay, Mass Manipulation X2. Oh, we don't have the mana for it just yet. Okay. Draw a million cards. 28 cards, please, draw. Thank you. Okay. Okay. It was a good game. It was a good game. Alright, well, that is going to do it for today's video. Hopefully we showcase the deck. This is a pretty sweet list. Didn't have quite as much luck with it as I would have hoped, but, you know, it's Primal Amulet. It's not always going to be great, but when it actually goes off, it's maybe the best deck in the world. So, you know, your mileage may vary, I guess. But yeah, if you've enjoyed the content and you want to see more stuff like this, then make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. If you want to submit a deck for a future deck series, then head on over to the description of this video. You'll find the Discord link. If you go into the Discord link, you can submit a deck of your choice into either the community deck list section, and make sure to @ me directly. And also the subscriber deck series if you are in a Twitch subscription or Patreon membership. And then you'll get bumped further towards the front of the queue. Thank you very much for watching though, guys. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.